Facebook, YouTube land. We have not been on in probably like 5 months, 4 or 5 months. Emotionally stable, I understand a rebuke is for love. Because if I don't rebuke you, then I really don't love you. But because I don't feel love, I'm just going to make a decision and leave. No, like there has to be understanding of commitment, right? Like I've grown enough to know she loves me, vice versa, right? But there are days I don't feel the same, maybe love directed. So I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm getting out of here. I'm out of here for a couple days. Like I'm out of here for a week. I need to feel love. Where's the line?
Trying to get this going, because then you have people that their parents might have been like, you know what? I had a girl, but I want a boy. Let's just put an X there, and then I'm gonna make her a girl.
What's going on, Prophet?
Boy, or whichever it is.
Good to see you, man. Crazy. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, I think it's wild. Like
to get in here, I told him to be a little,
nerve-wracking because it's not the same thing. So for me, with hair transplants, which I have not gotten, by the way, but I know, but okay, but I know of people that have. I'm sorry.
I will apologize for that. I shouldn't have put your age out there, but I'm sorry.
It's like, no, joking. But,
no, I'm sorry. I know that's a pet peeve, so I apologize.
But
I do apologize for that, seriously. But anyhow, in the basement, I don't care about those scars.
Great conversation.
I don't care about that. In the basement, for her birthday.
You do care about scarves. You don't have scarves.
No, I'm just saying I don't care. It's
so
fine.
You do care about it.
On her birthday, we have a basement. We got our basement finished, but in the basement we have like a room. This room, now mind y'all, this room, I actually wanted to make this room my studio. The room. Yeah.
You was not even thinking about that. Stop it.
Let me finish my statement.
No.
Hold it.
Lay hands on no man's side.
That's not what that means, and you know that,
know,
so be quiet. So let me finish.
No,
let me
that's
finish.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Getting situated here. The man of God is going to go ahead and change our
there.
Okay. So good evening. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Malika, good evening. We see you guys getting on. Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful day. It's Saturday. We aren't going to be on, of course, long 30 minutes. You know, we try to stick to 30 minutes.
Come on, stop looking all sad.
For our lives, as Dream is in here right now.
Like somebody
trying to get some things situated. But I will. Can you talk now,
yeah,
or are you going to do that?
I can.
You want me to wait for you to finish?
No,
that?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay. So we are going to jump right into it. First, how was your day today? Wrestling guy.
Besides wrestling.
That's why we are on a little later today, because someone had to finish watching his wrestling.
Correct.
Which is fine, because it's the last day for explain.
NCAAs.
Okay, it's the last day of NCAAs. So we had to wait for that last match to finish before we could get on. So we are on a little bit later this evening, but good to see you guys on. We are going to jump right into the conversation. You guys can share as well how your day has been, if you would like. And of course, as we jump into these questions and as we jump into the topic of discussion, definitely feel free to share, to comment. Let us know your thoughts. Okay. So our opening, or our first teaser, is going to be, now I'm not sure if everybody is familiar with Ben and Jerry's. Okay. I like Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I like the Chunky Monkey. If you have a favorite Ben and Jerry's, let me know. Everybody is not into it, but they have some unique types of ice creams and names. For instance, Ben and Jerry's Americone Dream vanilla ice cream. That's one of the names of theirs. Half Baked is another name of their ice cream. Of course, the one I like, Chunky Monkey. They also have one named Light Caramel Action. Okay. So as you can see the thing here, if you know anything about Ben and Jerry's, they have different unique names for different types of ice creams. So your question, well, it's not really a question, but your first I guess the first thing we're going to do here is I want you to come up with 3 Ben and Jerry ice cream flavors. Like if you had to make an ice cream and you had to name it in the Ben and Jerry's kind of situation, what ice creams would they be and what would be the names of those ice creams? Want to hear from you guys as well. So Ben and Jerry has unique names of ice cream flavors and names of ice cream. So what would be 3 ice cream names and flavors that you would do if you had to do Ben and Jerry's, like if they asked you to do a Ben and Jerry ice cream? I know this is a little different, but that's the point.
You thinking too hard.
Be a little different. I don't know. I'm thinking hard.
All right. So the first one I would say, I would have some kind of mixture of like strawberry. You know what? I would have any kind of like low fat, not a lot of not a lot of dairy, but of course it has to be dairy's ice cream, but not as much dairy in it. Like just try to I have some kind of low fat, low sugar ice cream, and I would call it Wrestler's Delight.
Oh.
Because a lot of wrestlers, when the season's over, they want to eat ice cream, and they want to eat ice cream after they make weigh-ins.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I would try to figure out an ice cream that wrestlers would like, because a lot of wrestlers, that's their thing.
You said Wrestler's Delight?
Yes, because wrestlers want to eat ice cream during the season.
That's cool.
And a lot of us could not when we were trying to make weight. So it wasn't a good eat during the season. So some wrestlers would like, so I would have to figure out some kind of low dairy, low sugar kind of ice cream.
Ice cream for them.
That's my one.
Cool. Okay, so you want me to go, or you want to do all
you
3?
You can go.
Okay, so mine would be, I would do like a strawberry s'mores. It would be like s'mores ice cream with marshmallow, chocolate, some graham crackers in there, and some strawberry.
You want chocolate with strawberry?
I don't really eat s'mores. I don't know if anybody else really does. So I don't even know if I ever had one, but I just thought that would be a cool ice cream.
Interesting.
I just thought it would be a cool ice cream. I would probably do without if I had to actually eat it, I would just not put the marshmallow in it. So I would do chocolate, strawberry.
Here they go. Every day.
And like graham crackers. Fail. I would eat that with maybe vanilla ice cream. So that's one I would eat.
I don't really like eating these.
Yes, I like Haagen-Dazs too.
I like Friendly's. I don't know what this is about Friendly's. I got to figure out who makes
like Friendly's ice cream.
No, can I finish what I'm about to say?
Yeah, I was just asking.
I said I like Friendly's. No, I like You like Friendly's ice cream? No,
yeah, because we're talking about ice cream.
I wasn't finished. I was getting ready to say what I was about to say.
But you act like that was.
You cut me off.
We're talking about ice cream. So
I'm getting ready. I'm about
to ice cream.
But that's the whole point. I didn't finish my statement.
Okay, I was just asking.
I was saying that I like Friendly's, and he was like, "You like Friendly's?"
Okay,
I like Friendly's. I like Friendly's gummy bears. I don't know where they get their gummy bears from, but their gummy bears are really interesting. The only reason why I eat their gummy bears is because my kids always, when they get Friendly's ice cream, before I got bum rush, before I got the chance to finish my statement, is that I would figure out some kind of gummy bear delight with something. I got everything is delight today. I would probably have strawberries with strawberry ice cream. Everything's strawberry ice cream for me. Outside of cookies and cream. But I'll have to have some kind of strawberries with their gummy bears. I don't know what it is about their gummy bears, but they're really good.
Okay.
Tell us a weird question.
So I would do.
They'll be okay and like.
Silly Sunday. And it would be
silly
vanilla
Sunday,
ice cream with chocolate. This is how I like my Sunday. Bananas and strawberries.
Okay.
I like the so when I go to and wet walnuts. Because when I go somewhere And I get ice cream. I usually like those toppings: wet walnuts, chocolate, strawberry, and pineapple. um, so yeah, so Silly Sunday would be my second one. And you guys let us know if you so Ben and Jerry's, they have like a lot of different. I know Malika said she have to check them out. Ben and Jerry's, they just have a lot of fun different flavors and names. I do like Haagen-Dazs as well, like strawberry and butter pecan. You like Haagen-Dazs as well.
I do. That's strawberry.
Yeah.
I think butter pecan is good. I'm a big, my two main ice creams are just strawberry and cookies and cream. Those are my two. And
the
then vanilla
Amish market
third.
has great cookies and cream milkshake. If you guys
It
have
is pretty good.
it's really good. I don't know about all Amish markets, but I know the one in Williamstown has a good one.
I would have some kind of, my third one would be some kind of mixture now. So I'm thinking about it from our date night. I would want to have some kind of ice cream mixed with banana and that whatever ice cream they use with that crunch. And I would name it some kind of banana crunch something as an ice cream with the crunch in there, like from the PF Chang's with the crunch.
Yeah, so if you haven't had it, PF Chang's has good, what are they called? Banana spring rolls. So that's what he's talking about. So it's actually coconut ice cream, and then they have the banana and the
I'll go some kind of vanilla versions.
So that would be good. You don't like the coconut?
It's okay.
It's good.
It is good, but I prefer.
You said that kind of ice cream though, so you must like it.
I do, but I prefer to try with vanilla.
Okay. So what would you call it?
I said a banana swirl crunch.
Oh, banana swirl. Where's the swirl?
The swirl cream they put on there. Wasn't there some cream on there? Or was the ice cream?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. I don't know what that was.
On the picture, was some kind of cream on there.
Yeah, on the picture, but ours didn't look like the picture that they advertised. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So my final one would be this is probably gonna sound interesting, but I don't know. I just thought about it. Strawberry truffle. Because I like strawberry ice cream, so I'm just thinking strawberries with like some kind of crust in there.
Strawberry truffle. Huh?
Yeah, and that's it. Not too. That one wouldn't have a whole bunch of stuff in it. Maybe some walnuts again. Okay, so let's get into our conversation because we don't have a whole lot of time.
Correct.
But we wanted to go through that. If you are watching a replay, or if you still want to share your favorite, your ice cream
I feel like something's
going on
tomorrow.
Then go ahead and let us know. You can still put it in the comments as well. Okay. So get into our conversation. I don't know. I don't know what might be going on actually.
Go ahead, though. Okay. Let's get into the conversation.
So. This is an interesting topic. We speak to a lot of people and have spoken to a lot of people just about it's actually in my book too, about forgiveness.
Yes.
So it's a kind of little bit off of that, which is okay. The question would be, how do you know you forgave someone? And in forgiving somebody, is there a necessity to like them again to truly forgive them? Like, do you feel like you have to like them again in order to forgive them?
What does like mean?
Like when you like somebody.
Did I like somebody before I forgave them? I might not have liked them before anything even happened. You know what I'm saying?
So you just walk around not liking people?
No, I love everybody.
Okay, so no, what I'm saying is you like people too. You love and like everybody.
But somebody I gotta forgive. Period. But somebody I gotta forgive doesn't mean it has to be somebody I might not have liked them from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're putting it in context. I'm just throwing this out here, just play a little advocate here, but you're putting it out here like the person I have to forgive is somebody I have to already like. For example, when Jesus,
most times in order for somebody to do so, I mean,
people do things bad to people that you need to forgive. So
if I don't like you, you don't have that access. Just period.
But if a racist person came up to you right now, didn't know you, and slapped you across your face.
I mean, if anybody slapped me across the face,
you don't know them, but
you just be like, okay.
But you have to forgive them.
Different.
You have to forgive them, right? So where the liking
slapping is a whole nother level compared to somebody saying something.
That's
like
not
I
what you,
feel
that's
like
not what you started
anybody.
with. You said
No, I'm going off of what you just said. I'm saying anybody can come. I mean, anybody that comes, if they smack me, we're in a whole nother territory than just somebody saying something.
but nope, you're making up stuff now. I never said anything about
You
somebody
just
liking
said
somebody.
if a racist person came up to me and
No,
slapped
what
me.
was
I'm
the
saying
original? No.
if anybody came up to me and
Okay,
slapped
that's
me,
fine.
then,
Forget the racist person.
well, you brought it up.
Because I'm making an example of someone
But
that
you
you
brought it up,
don't.
so I'm responding to what you said.
But I'm starting from the beginning of what you're. I think you're missing the point, sweetie. The beginning was you said this is your question. Your question was
I never had the strawberry frosty from
the
Wendy's.
question was I never have either. The question was, do you have to like them? That was your question. To forgive them,
To
do you have
forgive
to?
them. Yeah.
But what if we never liked? What if you never liked somebody in the first place? Like that's what I'm saying. Like this, your question. I'm just playing understanding that to forgive doesn't mean I liked you at first.
Okay, well, whatever. You can answer the question then. Is it something else?
Because there's no real question to answer in a sense from that regard because I don't have to like
somebody
you.
did something to you,
Okay.
and you forgave them,
Okay.
do you have to like them again in order to forgive them?
Okay, so prior to I did like them is what you're trying to say.
It doesn't matter. However you want to think about it. I'm saying the same thing.
It's not because you cannot like somebody. People.
I don't know anybody that I don't like that, because normally in order for you to get comfortable, I have to have some type of like towards you. Otherwise,
But what does that
not
do about
even
forgiving
conversating.
though? You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
you're not.
I have no idea.
Child, Jesus says, forgive those who despitefully use you. There are people that use people before you even get to know people. Like someone can use you and you don't even know them. For example, right?
But you're not going to come around them again, most likely, if you're talking about it that way. So that wouldn't even make sense.
Okay.
For them to do something to you.
Okay. Let's rewind the tape. Let's go back to the 1800s, right? If someone was in slavery, they don't like these people from the beginning. So what are we talking about having to forgive?
About slavery.
I'm just giving you an example. You said that do you have to go back and like them?
Yes. If somebody
what if I never did
to you?
But what if I never liked them?
Okay. What if you did? Who cares? The question is, if somebody did something to you, period, do you have to go back to liking them? Or let's say not go back to liking them. Do you have to like them in order for you to forgive them? There you go. Maybe that makes it more easier for you to understand.
It's not making sense. Hard. But okay, I'll deal with it. How you're trying to explain it.
I don't know what
you're like getting off the camera. Why are you getting so far away from me? Now you done got distant because I'm talking to you. Get back into the camera.
I've been here.
Your head cut off on the side.
My head been cut off.
Child, move over, please. Because you act like you're getting distant now. Just because your question wasn't making sense. But anyway.
Oh, it makes plenty of sense.
All right, so here we go. So it's hard to answer. So okay. You start answering it. Go ahead.
I don't think that you do. Just period. You don't have to like somebody in order to say that you forgave them. So no, I don't believe so.
Okay. I don't believe liking even has to come into the context, like for this. For me, I'm just saying.
It does, because of course we as children of God, we're supposed to love everyone.
So to like and to love is different.
Exactly. So that's where like comes in. Liking them or not liking them. So it does come in. Okay,
so precursor, if I did used to like them, right, I would say I don't have to. That's the answer. I don't have to. You don't have to. But 9 times out of 10, I still like the person. People make mistakes, or people may have fallen short, or whatever it may be. I more than likely, if I have to forgive somebody and I already like them, then I more than likely will still like them. It's just there are things that can happen within a person, but it's different from like there are people like you just don't. I love everybody, but I don't like being around everybody if I don't really like your company or like enjoy just talking to you. Like there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. There are people that I'm sure, I don't want to put things in the Lord's mouth, but I'm saying there are people that you don't have to take a liking to. right? And a lot of times that comes from things you do or don't like. Things like there are people I just don't like to be around because sometimes they just talk overly too much. Like I've been around people like that. Like I'm like, dang, yo, I just don't like being around them because they talking too much. Like that's a normal human emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. I might love everybody, but I might to like is a different flow because to love is not out of emotional or decision or commonalities. To love means I love you regardless, right? It's almost like I remember when Denzel Washington, I think it's on Fences when he said, "I don't have to talk about liking you." When he's talking about his son, I don't have to like you. You know what I mean? That's a shame, but it's truth. He's like, I don't have to like you. I love you basically because you're my son. I put a roof over your head because it's my responsibility. I'm going to love you. I don't have to like you. That's what he said in the movie. I never really watched the movie. I just remember that part. I've seen pieces of the movie. So I think that forgiveness has nothing to do with like or dislike. I think forgiveness has to do with the choice of love and not to love. So, and I believe that love is a choice. Liking something is not so much a choice. That's more of what you feel. Like I like to watch wrestling, right? But I dislike watching. I'm just using sports as an example. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a sport I don't really like watching. I don't like watching regular golf. What I mean by regular golf, if it's not a major, I don't really want to watch it. I don't really care less. I can't sit and watch golf, regular golf. If it's a major, I can watch it. My wife don't even know what that means. Major? What is a major? Do you know what a major is?
So this conversation kind of came about because I was actually having a conversation with someone about somewhere that I was going, and somebody who that did something to somebody close to me was going to be in the place. So I was talking to the individual I was talking to, and I said, it's interesting because I feel like I forgave, but at the same time, I don't like to put myself in spaces where, um, where certain people might be or certain individuals might be that have done wrong. Now, I'll speak to you, I'll say hi, but that's where the light kind of comes in. Like, I'll still love you, I'll still respect you, I'll still say hi, but like to kind of like have any extra kind of conversation or to actually be around, I prefer not to. So that's kind of where the gist of the conversation came from because I was speaking to somebody else about it and just thinking about it because a lot of times you feel like you're obligated to like somebody when somebody did something to you that wasn't right, basically, from higher up to lower or however. When they've done something to you, a lot of times you feel like you're obligated to like them, and the reality of it is you're not obligated to like them. And it doesn't mean that because you don't particularly like them that you haven't forgiven, but it means more so that sometimes you just don't want to be put yourself in a place where maybe your peace is kind of out of order. So that's just me personally. I prefer to kind of, like, if it is a situation, keep myself away just for the sake of peace.
I don't see. My thing is this, right? I don't think um your scenario is kind of blatant in a sense, but I will say this. I think that there's a need for understanding of, again, like I said, of what love is, what like is, and all those things like that. What's up, Pastor Warren? Good to see you, man, my brother. I didn't say hi to Malika. Hey, what's going on? Let me see. I'm gonna read some of this because I get a chance.
I'll try to get your answer. You could
Um,
finish talking.
Yeah, I got you. So I think like forgiveness, I think there's a need to, and we've talked about this before, like forgiveness is for you to be able to move on,
Mhm.
right? So I think that now what you're saying about being around a person or being around an individual, I think uh I'm gonna
Like
say
you
this
can
first.
still speak and
I think I know what you're talking about,
you're
but
fine, but it's just like if you had a choice, you prefer like, nah, I just, I'm good. compared to being around them.
You're saying, but I'm saying, can you stand doing it?
Yeah, you can do it. I feel like if you really forgave them, I feel like you can do it. Um, but like I know for me, like doing extra, like if it gets to like doing extra, like you trying to like we trying to have like whole long conversations.
No, I ain't
I don't
saying
think that
that.
kind of works for me because I don't like to feel like I have to put on or act like something. It's just kind of like let's just say hi, bye. We're good, but we're not like
I think that
you've
let
lost
me
that
use
access.
so let me use it biblically in a sense, because I think that we know Jesus is the ultimate far as forgiving and all of that. But I think that if you look at it from the perspective of, I use someone like Paul. Paul had John Mark who went with him on trips. John Mark did something to Paul that was not of his liking. I didn't like it either. If you look at and understand and study the scripture and study what took place, he left Paul, did not like what Paul did. And but John Mark and Paul still had to be around each other. But Paul said, I will no longer take him on any trips. And people tried to make Paul too, like take John Mark, and Paul was like, I will not, because he left. He had things to say about me and all that. So Paul was like, look, I'm done. I love him. Peace be with him, but he will no longer occupy the space of being on a missionary trip with me. So in other words, and that was really the difference between Paul, what actually ends up happening later on with Paul and Barnabas, who were sent together. And then when Barnabas wanted to bring John Mark along, Paul said, I am not. So Barnabas then took John Mark and went on trips. And then Paul, this is how the whole thing with Paul and Silas. A lot of times people don't know this, but Silas was really not Paul's original person who he went on missionary trips with. It was originally John Mark, then went from John Mark to Barnabas. And then Paul and Barnabas was like, let's take John Mark. Paul was like, absolutely not. As my camera went off because my battery probably died. Mm-hmm. Let's switch to the other one. So, yeah, there we go. So Paul, John Mark. So wow. When that I know it's different, so different. So when that happened, Paul basically said no, and so Barnabas was like, well, I'm going to take John Mark with me, and from there, Paul took Silas. Now, I don't believe it hindered ministry. I don't think it stopped things. I'm just using this as a context. And this, and again, I've had this in a lot of different areas. I've had this even recently with coaching, right? Where there had to be elements of like forgiveness to be able to move forward, stuff like that. So I want people to understand my life is my life. I say my wife, but my life, our lives are very vast. It's not just church. We got all kind of relationships through business and coaching and ministry and all of that. So I say this to say that to move forward, right, we had to forgive, but then there are spaces that no longer have to be occupied. And to occupy that space doesn't mean that I don't forgive you or love you or don't care for you. It doesn't mean that. I can care for you deeply, and it means that you don't have to occupy that space. So the liking part, first and foremost, that I like you in the first place. That's number one. Number two, if we do like each other, I probably still like you. I don't dislike you, and I probably still like a lot of things about you. But I think it's more of the occupancy of space and knowing the distance of the space you occupied is where the place you might have teetered the line, if that makes sense. Because if the way you're talking about it is more like a space occupied. The way I was trying to bring it up was when someone smacked you in the face. You're talking about from a place of someone occupying a space, or if I like you or dislike you. I think the dislike or like has no effect. Because like I said, for me, a lot of times I still like the person, right? I use coaching as an example. There's coaches I've coached with that I still like, but they no longer occupy a certain space. That's fine. I like the person or coaches or whoever. I like them a lot, but that don't mean they occupy the same space because of XYZ could happen. So it's not that it's about liking or dislike. To have forgiveness, I think it's more about occupancy. Like, if you were friends, or how, like, you could still be friends, but at what level do we still be friends? If we hung out all the time, do we no longer do that anymore? We kind of keep it at a distant, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you, but you're not invited in certain aspects of my life no more. I can't share certain things with you no more. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I think it's more of when it comes to forgiveness, unforgiveness, I think it comes more of you forgive, but it doesn't mean you got to occupy the same spaces, and that's why I leave it with that.
So that would mean that you didn't like them from the beginning.
I did
If
like
you
them.
no, I'm saying if you don't like them after they did something,
I still
so
like the
you'll
person.
most likely, if you didn't like them before they did something to you, and then they did something to you, you would like them.
No, because I didn't like you in the
but
first
that's
place.
what I'm saying.
That's
so
different.
that would probably mean more so. That's what I'm saying. That would probably mean more so if you didn't like them at first and they did something, then you still wouldn't like them compared to going to liking them. But it could be if you liked them at first and they did something,
I still like
then
them.
you might not like them.
Yeah, but I still like
there's
them.
people that I don't like.
I like people.
I'm just
no, I'm being honest. No, I'm being honest too.
Honest conversation.
If I liked you before you did something, I still like you. Like
so that's what I'm
9
saying.
times
So
out of 10.
maybe it was a dislike before, and then something happens, and then you still just dislike them. Maybe it's not.
I think my liking has nothing to do with it.
And I think it depends on the relationship too.
Yeah, for me, it's not about like or dislike.
Like if it was a friend, I feel like if I liked you before and we were friends and you did something, it's just, of course, like we always talk about shelf life. It's like, okay, well, we're not like that no more, but I still like you.
Yeah. There's people that I was friends with for a long time and they did something and I'd be like, I like them and I still like them. Like because there's a lot of things we did together I really liked, like people I could have played sports with, all that kind of stuff. Like I like them. It's just that your shelf life of where we are and what we do and how we maybe still connect or communicate ain't in the same space because of what could have transpired. That's all.
Okay.
That's all that means.
Well, guys, that's our conversation. We are at 32 minutes already. Thank you guys for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
And thank you for some of the comments that you guys put in. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.